Picture Manila today. What comes to mind? Towering skyscrapers piercing the clouds, endless streams of traffic, a symphony of horns and engines, a sprawling megacity, home to millions, buzzing with an energy that never seems to sleep. This is the Manila we know, a modern metropolis defined by its relentless pace. But what if I told you that beneath this concrete and steel lies a story so deep, so rich, it would change the way you see this city forever? Before the first Spanish ship ever graced its shores, Manila was already a thriving kingdom, a jewel of the Orient whose story was written not on asphalt, but on the gentle currents of a river. This is the story of a city that has lived 1,000 lives. A serene riverside settlement, a fortified colonial capital, a battleground of empires, and now a vibrant hub of culture and commerce. Located on the island of Luzon, strategically nestled by the magnificent Manila Bay, its destiny has always been shaped by its access to the sea. This bay, a natural harbour, was its gateway to the world long before the world knew its name. From China, Japan, the kingdoms of Southeast Asia came to barter for gold, silk, spices. This is not just a city, it is a survivor, a testament to resilience. To truly understand Manila, you must peel back the layers of its modern facade. Look past the shopping malls and the high-rise condominiums. You need to listen closely, beyond the noise of the present, for the whispers of the past. Powerful chieftains, skilled artisans, and a community deeply connected to the water that sustained it. The city's history is not confined to dusty textbooks or silent museums. It lives and breathes in the old walls of Intramuros, in the layout of its oldest districts, and in the very spirit of its people. This is the epic story of Manila, a city with a hidden past waiting to be discovered. Before we delve into the chapters of Conquest and Rebirth, let's journey back to a time when Manila was a different world altogether. Lush mangrove forests, wooden boats gliding silently down the Pasig River, and of a kingdom whose wealth flowed with the tides. This was a Manila ruled not by foreign kings, but by its own people, the Tagalogs, the Kapampangans. It was a place of community, of tradition, and of a profound relationship with nature. Are you ready to uncover the secrets of this lost kingdom? Join me as we explore the origins of the city we thought we knew. Long before the Spanish cross and sword arrived, Manila was a flourishing settlement, a kingdom known as Maynilad. Its heart wasn't a plaza or fortress, it was the mighty Pasig River. The river was the city's lifeblood, the main highway, the source of its prosperity. Imagine a community ruled by the rhythm of water. Stilt houses lined the banks, houses on esteros crisscrossed the land. These waterways were the streets. People paddled bankers to visit neighbors, to trade at market, to travel to nearby villages. A city born from water. Every great city has a name with a story, and Manila is no exception. Its name is shrouded in a bit of mystery, a blend of botany and history that speaks to the very landscape from which it grew. The most widely accepted theory traces the name Manila back to the Tagalog phrase May Nilad. This phrase literally translates to "there is Nilad." But what exactly is Nilad? It refers to a specific plant, a flowering shrub with star-shaped white flowers that once grew in abundance along the swampy banks of the Pasig River and the shores of Manila Bay. The arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century marked a dramatic turning point in the story of Maynilad. In 1571, the Spanish conquistador Miguel López de Legazpi conquered the kingdom and declared Manila the capital of the new Spanish colony. The once open riverside settlement was about to be transformed into a fortified European city, a bastion of Spanish power in the Far East. The wooden palisades of the Old Kingdom were torn down. In their place, a monumental project began, the construction of Intramuros. The name itself, from Latin, means within the walls. This was to be a city exclusively for the Spanish colonizers and their allies. The construction of Intramuros was a massive undertaking that spanned decades. Stone walls, some as thick as 8 meters and as high as 22 meters. For over 2 centuries, Manila became the glittering nexus that connected Asia, the Americas, Europe. This was the era of the galleon trade. From the port of Manila, massive Spanish galleons laden with treasures from the east would embark on a perilous journey across the Pacific to Acapulco, Mexico. They carried Chinese silk, Indian cotton, Southeast Asian spices, exquisite porcelain, all funneled into Manila's bustling markets. This trade transformed the city into one of the world's richest trading hubs, a vital link in the first true globalization of commerce. The city's coffers overflowed with silver from the mines of the New World. This immense wealth, however, also made Manila a target. The city's history is punctuated by sieges, invasions, battles. The British briefly captured Manila in 1762, holding the city for 2 years before returning it to Spain. Chinese pirates like the infamous Limahong attempted to seize the city. Local uprisings constantly simmered just outside the walls, a reminder of the deep-seated resentment against colonial rule. Through it all, the walls of Intramuros stood firm, a stone guardian protecting the heart of the Spanish Empire in Asia. But nothing could prepare it for the devastation that was to come in the 20th century. The most profound scars were inflicted during World War II. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, Japanese forces invaded the Philippines, and Manila fell under their brutal occupation. The city that had endured so much became a prison. In 1945, American forces returned to reclaim the Philippines, and the Battle of Manila ensued. For one horrific month, the city became a battleground. Intense street-to-street fighting and relentless American shelling reduced Manila to rubble. The historic walled city of Intramuros, which had stood for over 350 years, was almost completely annihilated. When the smoke finally cleared, Manila was a ghost of its former self. It was the second most devastated Allied capital of World War II after Warsaw. The human cost was staggering, with an estimated 100,000 civilians losing their lives in the brutal crossfire. In the aftermath of World War II, Manila was a landscape of desolation. The task of rebuilding seemed insurmountable. Yet from this profound destruction emerged an incredible story of resilience. The Filipino spirit, known for its unwavering fortitude, ignited a city-wide effort to rise from the ashes. The process was slow and arduous. Debris was cleared, street by street, building by building. The people of Manila, with a determination forged in hardship, began the painstaking work of putting their city and their lives back together. This was not just reconstruction, it was a resurrection. As Manila surged into the late 20th and early 21st centuries, its center of gravity shifted once again. The first of these was Makati. Once a vast tract of swampland and grassland, it was meticulously planned and developed into the country's premier financial district. Today, the Makati Central Business District is a forest of skyscrapers, home to the headquarters of the nation's top corporations, major banks, and the Philippine Stock Exchange. Its main artery, Ayala Avenue, is often called the Wall Street of the Philippines. In the 1990s, another major development began to take shape on the former site of a military base known as Fort Bonifacio. This new urban center, Bonifacio Global City, or BGC, was designed with a modern, forward-thinking approach, emphasizing wide open spaces, pedestrian-friendly streets, commercial areas, residential areas, recreational areas. BGC has quickly become the trendiest and most dynamic district in the metropolis. It's a city within a city, characterized by its striking contemporary architecture, colorful street art and public installations, an energetic, youthful vibe. It is a hub for multinational corporations, tech startups, and the booming BPO industry. With its landscaped parks, world-class restaurants, and bustling high streets, BGC represents the pulse of modern Manila. Ambitious, globally connected, relentlessly innovative. It shows a city that is not just rebuilding its past, but actively designing its future on a grand scale. Together, districts like Makati and BGC showcase the incredible dynamism of contemporary Manila. They stand in stark contrast to the old-world charm of Intramuros or the chaotic energy of Quiapo, yet they are all integral parts of the same city. This is the great paradox and beauty of Manila. It is a city of contrasts. It is a place where you can walk through the centuries-old stone corridors of a Spanish fort in the morning, and in the afternoon, sip coffee in a chic cafe surrounded by futuristic skyscrapers. This seamless blend of old and new is what makes Manila one of the most fascinating and complex urban landscapes in Asia. Manila is not a city that can be understood in a single glance. It is a living, breathing tapestry, woven from countless threads of history, culture, and human experience. It is a city that bears the deep imprints of a native kingdom, a Spanish colonial empire, an American Commonwealth, a modern independent republic. Each era has left its mark, creating a rich and complex identity that is uniquely Manila's own. To walk its streets is to walk through time. You can feel the echoes of the past in the silent cannons of Fort Santiago, see the resilience in the restored facade of the Manila Cathedral, and hear the promise of the future in the vibrant hum of its modern business districts. This city is a story of survival. It has endured conquests, occupations, revolutions, and one of the most destructive battles of the modern era, yet it has never lost its spirit. The true soul of Manila lies not in its monuments or its buildings, but in its people. It is found in the warmth of their smiles, their unyielding hospitality, their deep faith, and their incredible ability to find joy and hope even in the face of adversity. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next video.